Hi guys, it's Zara with ZaraPhD.com, and I'm coming to you today with a super minimal way to do lesson planning for your homeschool, and it's my version of reverse scheduling actually. So I use a combination of different schedules, but this is one way that I like to record our learning in a very relaxed way. So I'm going to show you all it requires is a sheet that looks like this. And if you like this pretty download, this is the sort of thing that I share in our Facebook group. And so it's completely free. It's in the documents there. You join our Facebook group at facebook.com/groups/Minimalist Homeschooling Zara, Z-A-R-A. So yeah, join our group and you'll find this in the documents. Otherwise, just get a piece of paper and write your own, little squares on it. And what you're going to do is print out one of these for each of your children. And you're going to write their name up here and their season up here. Maybe it's your first quarter, maybe it's for a month, whatever it is, however you want to do your lesson planning. And I'm assuming that if you're watching this, that you are familiar with the book, Minimalist Homeschooling, a values-based approach to maximize learning and minimize stress. And this sheet is sort of based on the layout from that guide about how to structure your minimalist homeschool. So I'm coming from the point now where you've already identified your values, you've already identified your priorities. Now we're getting down to the nitty-gritty of doing the most valuable things in your homeschool. So major and minor subjects, topics, they're going to go in these skinny little boxes over here. You're going to label your boxes over on the side. These are your labels. They're vertical labels just because I thought it looked neato. And it could be field trips, could be chores, could be a business your child is starting, it could be hands-on activities, it could be apprenticeship, it can be whatever it is that you have decided are the main parts of your child's education this season. And you know what that is. You know what your values are. You know what your children need to learn. You know what your state requirements are. And so hopefully this will be reflective of all of those things, right? It'll be individualized for your student. 6 topic areas is what this is designed for. Once you have your 6 topic areas in, you're going to use these boxes now as your rough lesson plan. So in here, you're going to write your resources. If one of these is labeled field trips, you're going to list the field trips you want to do this season. If one of these is labeled math, you're going to write, for my 4th grader, I might write Beast Academy on here. I might write extramath.org on here, which is a free website if you're not familiar with. It helps children learn their math facts and learn to memorize them very quickly. So it's a quick little program that kids can do daily to drill their math facts, for example. So I might write Beast Academy, I might write extramath.org. But basically, I'm going to fill this out with the resources that we intend to use for each of these subjects. So far, so good. If there is a read aloud we're going to use, I'm going to write that down. If I want my child to read something on their own, I'm going to write that down. If I'm expecting them to read something and do written narration or copy work, I'm going to write that down. Okay? So far, so good. If we're studying religion, I'm going to write down what book we're using for that. If they have a business, I'm going to write down sort of our goals for that business, or if there's a book that they're going to be reading related to that business, or a series of lectures, or time that they're spending on it, I'm going to write that down. Okay? Then you're going to print out another sheet for each child. And I do one for each kid because my kids are individual. My kindergartner is doing different things from my 2nd grader, who is doing different things from my 4th grader. And if there are items that overlap, I just write them on all 3 sheets. So obviously they're all going to go on the same field trips together. So that would appear on each of their sheets. And many of the read alouds will appear on multiple sheets. Okay? So once that's done, now you're going to print out a new one for each child, and it's going to be blank, and you're going to write the week up there and the child's name. So you might write April 30th through May 4th for Albert Einstein. I don't know what your child's name is. Galileo. And then you're going to just write down your subjects and your topics in these 6 labels. That's it. That's all you're going to do on Sunday night is print one out, label it for the week, and put some labels on each of your boxes that mirrors your lesson plan, your resource list. Okay? Then as the week goes on, you're going to have a sheet of resources. You're going to work your way through them. And as you do things, you will write down on your blank piece of paper throughout the week what you accomplish, what you actually do in a day. So some people call this reverse scheduling or reverse lesson planning. So at the end of the week, you will have a retrospective look at what was accomplished. So the difference between doing it this way instead of just keeping a piece of paper where you write it all down is that this gives you sort of a roadmap. If you're filling out in advance your 6 main focus topics, then as the week goes on, you have a really easy way of telling what you need to spend more time on or would like to spend more time on, right? So if one of these squares is looking a little sparse, then you know you need to pick up that book and give it a little bit more attention, right? So I don't like just having a blank sheet where I just write things down because I'm constantly trying to think in the back of my mind, what else was it I wanted to get done this week? What else is it that we're focusing on this quarter, right? And I'm constantly worried that we're missing something, that we're not giving something the attention that I wanted to give it, right? And that's the advantage of having a lesson plan written out is that when you make a lesson plan, it's really nice to be like, okay, I'm going to make sure that we are giving math the attention it deserves every day. And I'm going to make sure that we are reading this quality literature. And so to just go from that security of having it all laid out to you to completely switching to just a reverse schedule where you just write down what you do is a bit of a leap for people because you're constantly, at least for me, constantly trying to remember, okay, what else is it that I should be focused on? And so when I do it this way and I have it spelled out that these are the 6 areas that we are focusing, and I can put little tally marks. So I don't have to write extra math 4 times. I can write extra math and put in 4 tally marks and know at the end of the week, you know what? He did extra math 4 times. He did 3 math lessons. He practiced his math twice. He read 3 chapters in Tom Sawyer. And we went on this field trip and he practiced the piano and he went to swim practice or whatever it is. At least I have these headings to direct our week and to help keep us on track. And so the nice thing about this too is depending on how old your children are, you can give them more and more responsibility. So when you're making your resource list, you can include them on, what is our focus going to be? What are our priorities this season? And help them choose those 6 topics. Let them help you choose the resources that they really want to use. And let them write down what they complete in a day. Now, you're not going to just overnight have these incredibly responsible children who remember to write it all down. So expect that to be a learning experience and something else that you can nurture in your children, that they start taking responsibility for their own record keeping. But that's definitely an option with this as well. It doesn't all have to fall on the parent teacher. Kids can start taking responsibility also for looking at their resource list and picking and choosing what they're going to focus on in a day and getting their own well-rounded education and managing their own time. So that's another benefit for this. Instead of spelling out, on Monday, you need to do X, then Y, then Z. If you give them more of an open-ended, these are the things we need to work on this week. Some kids are highly motivated by that, and it can be in and of itself a really good learning experience. So that's it. So I will put a link in the description below this to go find this sheet if you want it. Otherwise, feel free to just scribble out some squares on your own piece of paper. And if you like this, go ahead and subscribe to this YouTube channel, and you will be notified of any new videos I put out. And you can also find my blog at www.zaraphd.com, where simple is the new smart. And I also have a Facebook page that's just facebook.com/minimalist homeschooling. And that is another place where I post a lot of updates and shareable materials, new blog posts, new videos, funny memes, things like that. So hopefully I'll see you around, and I would love to hear if this helps you. I would love to hear if you already reverse schedule, and go ahead and leave me a comment, and I will hopefully see you soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye.